Welcome to all. This is a short video about the components of a wind turbine. Generally, wind turbine can be classified into two major categories. One is horizontal axis wind turbine and another one is vertical axis wind turbine. So now what you are seeing in this figure is horizontal axis wind turbine because its axis is like this. Its axis is horizontal. That means the blade rotates by having an axis which is horizontal. Sometimes vertical axis wind turbines are also used. So, but the picture now we are seeing is an horizontal axis wind turbine. Let us see the components which are being used in this construction of this wind turbine. We can see at the rear side of the wind turbine there is a thing called anemometer. So, anemometer is actually an instrument which is used to measure the wind velocity. So, the velocity of the wind is measured and the input is given to the controller, and there we can see a controller. The controller does an important job. It takes the control over the angle of the blades, that is called pitch angle. In the last video we have seen about the angle of attack. So the critical angle of attack can be controlled by using this controller, and below that we can see a generator. Let us come from this front. Here you can see a rotor and the blades are fixed over the rotor. The wind turbine rotates by the force which is generated by the wind on this blade, and when it rotates the mechanical power is carried by a shaft and it is connected to a gearbox. So through this gearbox the speed is increased and it is sent to the dynamo or the generator. So the generator generates power by the rotational mechanical power which is given by this rotor. So you can see yaw drive. The yaw drive is used to control the overall orientation of the whole setup. So wind turbines will not work efficiently if the wind is not blowing exactly from its front. So if the wind is blowing in a crosswise, so what happens, the system senses and the yaw drive acts and it will move the blade towards this side. It will move the total setup towards this side. So if the wind is blowing from here, so it will move the total setup towards this side. So this is taken care by this yaw drive. So based on the direction of wind, the wind turbine will rotate on its whole by using this drive called yaw drive. The yaw drive is driven by a yaw motor which is also controlled by this controller. Here also you can see in this yaw drive we can see gears. So these gears are also used to transmit the power. Actually it is used to reduce the speed. So let us see in detail in the next slides. Here we can see one more construction of a wind turbine. Let us see that part by part. Number one, there is foundation. The wind turbine should be fixed rigidly to the ground so as to carry the static load as well as the dynamic load which is acting over that. And number two, connection to the electric grid. So the power produced by that wind turbine is sent to the electric grid. So there is a supply to that. So that is mentioned by number two. And number three is tower. So the tower carries all the components of the wind turbine at a very high heights. That is a function of this tower. And number four, there is an access ladder. So if you want to access the wind turbine, if you want to do any maintenance, we have to move to that wind turbine through this access ladder. And we can see number 5, wind orientation control or yaw control. As we have seen in this previous slide, there will be a yaw motor and the yaw motor controls the orientation of that total wind turbine setup. So it will rotate based on the direction of the wind. So if the wind is blowing from right to left, it will turn towards the right hand side. So that is taken care by yaw control motor. And then we can see a nozzle. Nozzle is nothing but the total casing in which the gearbox setup and generator setup are kept. So the total casing is called nozzle. And number 7, generator. The generator converts the mechanical energy from the blades to electrical energy. That is the purpose of generator. And there is an anemometer, as we seen in the last slide. The anemometer measures the wind velocity. And number 9, electric or mechanical brake. There is a brake, and the brake is used to keep either the total setup without yawing, and also it is used to stop the wind turbines when there is gust or very high wind blow, which is undesirable and which may cause damages to the system. When such storm comes, the blades will be kept in a particular position so that it spills out all the air, and it will not create power, it will not supply the power to the generator when the wind speed is more than 25 or 30 meter per second. And here you can see a gearbox, and the gearbox converts the speed of the wind turbine. So generally the blades will rotate in a relatively lower speed. The low speed is converted to a high speed using that gearbox. Usually the generators will work efficiently in a particular speed called rated speed. The rated speed of generator is relatively higher than the speed of the blades, so that the speed generated by the blades are multiplied by using the gearboxes, and the high speed is given to this generator. And number 11, rotor blades. I think we know the function of the rotor blades. So when the air blows over it, a lift is created, and due to that lift it will rotate. And as we seen in the previous case, the angle of that blade is also very critical. And number 12, blade pitch control is there. So the angle of blade can be controlled by this blade pitch control, that is number 12 here. And number 13, there is a rotor hub. Over the rotor hub, all the wind blades are fixed, and the rotor blades are also made with an aerodynamic shape so that it will not create any drag. It is designed not to create any drag force while operating. So now let us see the function of the gearbox clearly. So as you are not from mechanical background, you may not know about the function of a gearbox. So here you can see a gear train. So when there is a gear train, there will be a driving gear and a driven gear. So let us assume this green colored gear is moving, and because of that movement the yellow color gear is being moved. So the gear which is moving, that is called driving gear, and the gear which is moved by that gear is called driven gear. So here let us assume the green color gear as driving gear and yellow color gear as driven gear. So now we can observe the green color gear is a big gear and the yellow colored gear is a small gear. So as it is big, it will have more number of teeth and more diameter. The yellow colored gear having less number of teeth and having less diameter. So what happens when the green colored gear rotates once, it will rotate this yellow colored gear at least 3 or 4 times, because the number of teeth in this yellow colored gear is less. As the number of teeth in the green colored gear is high, it will rotate this yellow colored gear faster. So let us assume if the green color gear is rotating at a speed of 100 rpm or 100 rotation per minute, it will transfer the speed to this yellow color gear as 400 rpm if the gear ratio is 4:1. So the gear ratio can be calculated by knowing the number of rotations in the driver gear divided by number of rotations in the driven gear. So generally in automotives we have gearboxes. In cars and buses we have gearboxes. There the gearbox is used to reduce the speed, that is speed reduction gearboxes. So that gearboxes will be having a gear ratio of around 1:4. 1:4 means it will reduce the speed 4 times. So the number of teeth will be based on that. So here this gearbox is used to increase the speed. So here the gear ratio will be around 90:1, which is a very big gear ratio. So that means if this green color gear is rotating at rotating one rotation. For one complete rotation, this yellow color gear will rotate 90 rotations. That much of gear ratio is maintained in in the gearbox which is used in this particular setup in a wind turbine. So that's why the low speed of this wind blade is converted into very high speed in this generator. So that is the purpose of the gearbox. So the gearbox is used for this purpose, and also we can see a gear system here. Here also it functions like the same. If the yaw motor rotates 100 rotations, it will create only very few angles of rotations in this total system, because it is a very huge system, whereas a motor will create very less torque. So in order to increase the torque, such a system, such a gear system is there. So we have to understand one thing: when the speed is multiplied, the torque will be reduced. Torque is nothing but the twisting force which is offered by the gear. So if we increase the speed, it will reduce the torque of the system. So torque and speed are inversely proportional to each other. So if speed is required, we can increase the speed and reduce the torque. If torque is required, we can increase the torque and reduce the speed. So such type of gearboxes are used in this application. So hope you have understood the functions and components of a wind turbine. Thank you.